All right, glorious family. So in this video I was sharing a very important information, but unfortunately my voice was not getting out well, so I'm trying to do a voiceover. So I was trying to explain certain racism I have experienced and why people should stop generalizing racism. As in, when you see a white person, you don't just generalize it that all whites are racist against black, or blacks are racist against white or brown. You know, in this country where I live, I'm originally from Nigeria and I'm based in USA right now. Here in the country, I realized that each state from this US is like a whole Nigeria where I come from, and they have different kind of accents, different attitudes, different behaviors, different culture, kind of, let me put it that way. And you know, when it comes to accents, some people generalize that once you look black or you are African, you just have your own accent, and they start feeling somehow low. You know, they have this low self-esteem when it comes to accent towards other people, or let me say to Americans. Some African believe because they have accents and they will be racist against them. Yes, that is very, 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 very normal. They gonna, once they hear, even though you are black, so you have a different racism towards you because you have an accent. That's another problem. So let me say, what I'm trying to say is that in this video, I'm trying to let us know that when it comes to racism, it is different experience with each person. Like the way I got, the impression of, racism is different from how you will get it. I personally do not believe that because I am seeing a white person or because I'm in the midst of the whites, then they are definitely going to be racist against me. No, racism is a personal thing. It is not a generalized thing. If you're trying to generalize racism, then you're just trying to be racist yourself. Like you trying to see the congregation of the whites, or you just see some white folks, or you find yourself in the midst of them, and then you just generalize whatever they do to you, you believe it's because they are being racist. No. If you are having such impression, then you yourself be careful and check yourself. You might be racist as well against the whites. So I've seen even the blacks who are very, very racist against the whites. And all of these things, to me, they are not necessary. For instance, for me, I have even experienced more racism from my fellow blacks. And like I said racism depends on the state where you live. The amount of racism you receive or you experience is based on the kind of people, it's based on the location where you find yourself, or let me say the kind of state where you are, or let me say the kind of the caliber of people living around you. But one thing I want you to know is that racism is about the person. It's a personality issue. It is not a color issue. That is what I have noticed. I don't know about your own experience. Like I said we all experience racism in different forms. I have seen white folks nagging and complaining about how much racist they got from the black to them. And I also noticed these things during the 2020. A lot of blacks were so much racist against whites, and a lot of white folks were being racist against the whites. Against the black. It's a vice versa. And that was in Minnesota. So somebody like myself, I've lived in Minnesota, I've lived in Virginia, and now in Texas. I can tell you that I experienced different racism from different countries, from these different states. For instance, in Virginia, I was in my church one day, and then I was one of the people that served at the altar. Okay, so this man, I think he was a member that has not come for a long time, and he just showed up that day. So I was one of the people serving the Holy Communion. So how we do it is that if you are the one serving the cookie, you hold the cookie in your right hand, but we will have sanitized our hands. Okay, so we'll sanitize our hands right in front of the congregation. Everyone serving must have, sanitize your hands. So I was holding the cookie, and then everyone was collecting until it got to this man. When he came to my front and I stretched my cookie, stretched the cookie towards him, he ignored the one I was holding and grabbed another one from the bowl. Somebody like me, I don't see that as being racist. But, as a black person, the first thing that comes into my mind is, of course, it's being racist towards me because I'm not a white. So I assume already that if it was to be a white person holding that cookie, he would take it. And then another thing is that I think he was a member, because I see him as a new person, but people were greeting him. So I think he was once a member and probably coming for the first time in a long time. So I believe, because that is what I will see it as. Some people that saw it, even my pastor, they reacted kind of, but I decided to dust it off myself. You know why? Because I do not want to carry that burden of, someone just show me racist. Okay, someone was being racist to me in church. I took it off my mind immediately. The reason is because 99% of people who are there in that church, that was when I spent almost 2 years, it has always been lovey-dovey. I do not want anybody to spoil my joy. So I took that as, well, maybe he didn't trust my hygiene. So he was trying to be safe, which I understand. So I decided to understand. Okay, that was the only thing I could say it was a racist. Something I would say related to racism that I got from a white. Others might have it, probably they were hiding it, but whoever has shown me that among the white folks was that guy I just described. Now, the 99% of racism I got in Virginia State, it was from my fellow blacks. Now, they will make you feel, they tell you categorically, some of them that were able to be bold enough to talk to you. What they say, guess what? They tell you, okay, you know what? Let me just show my face.